Good. Welcome again. My name is Pella. I'm the founder and CEO of Conclass. With me today is my colleague Kirill. Kirill, could you please just introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Kirill. I'm working in the area of customer success at Conclass on the product Convoid Manager with a focus and of course our core product Convoid for Revit. That's all about me. Thanks, Pelle.
Perfect. Great. Just for information, we will record this webinar, so we will publish the recording next week, so you can share it with your colleagues or friends. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A chat. Of course, you could also use the chat, but we will mainly focus on the Q&A chat. And yeah, in today's webinar, we will introduce you the latest update of Convoid, which will be giving some benefits in the faster coordination of builders' work openings. So first of all, I will give you a short overview of the existing features and of the latest new features from the update. But the main part will be the sample project, which we will demonstrate in live action so you can see how the features can be used. And yeah, as said, if you have any questions, just write down the questions and we will answer them later at the end of the demonstration. So we have about 20 minutes to answer your questions. Good. Let's begin. So as a brief look back, we provided Convoy for Autodesk Revit since quite a while now. 2021 was the first release, and it's mainly used to create and update openings automatically in Revit based on Revit files and ISC files. And on top of that, we have the ConVoid Manager for Revit for coordination and approval. So that's basically the application or plugin we provided since last year, but now we extended our ecosystem with the ConVoid Manager. We already had the possibility to exchange the results with other platforms via BCF or IFC, but we saw that for some users, Revit was kind of too complex or hard to handle. So we developed a standalone application. It's called the ConVoid Manager, which is now available on Mac OS and Windows. So you do not need Revit to run the coordination and approval of openings. And this ecosystem will be continued to be developed, and we will add more exchange possibilities in the future. So a short overview of the new features, main features. It's the ConVoid Manager exporter. So we implemented the ConVoid Manager exporter that allows you to export your entire Revit project with one click. You do not need to go the ISC export process. Everything you export is basically in one file, so you can share your entire project with just one file with all your project participants. And yeah, it's a way more faster way on how to exchange your results with your project team. The next feature is the availability on Mac OS. As I already said, everyone can download the package from our website. Simply install it, and then you can run the ConVoid Manager on your Mac natively. So there's no difference in Windows and Mac, so you can share between Mac and Windows. Everything is working well. The next main feature is the tracking of changes in the ConVoid Manager. We Yeah, that was a request of some customers. We already have this process in Revit, but in case someone is just working with the ConVoid Manager, it wasn't possible to track the changes until now. The feature is a more advanced feature because we are basically saving all the changes in 3D. So you can review all the changes as a 3D representative timeline. So as you can see on this screenshot, we have a cable tray plus an opening, which changed during the design stage, shown in the orange highlighted wireframes. So basically, you can review each change via timeline with a 3D representation of the elements. Perfect. The last main feature I want to name here is the dynamic issues. We already have the possibility in Revit to define titles or issue titles based on a specific pattern. The pattern allows you to define a rule on how to write a title or describe a title based on parameters. So based on the structure, ConVoid will then extract the parameter values and replace these placeholders to allow like a standardized issue title. Good. That's about the presentation. Let's jump into the sample project. So Kirill and I will take over different roles. I will be the MEP engineer in that case. I will mainly work in Revit. He will work in the ConVoid Manager, and we will show you how to exchange and approve openings here. So basically, I have our sample project, Conquest sample project, open in Revit. Currently, I'm working in the HVAC plumbing model. I have the architecture model linked, the electrical model linked. And first of all, I want to start to create some openings based on the current view. To do that, I'm just gonna quickly run through the entire creation process. I will not go into the details in this webinar because it just, yeah, of most of you already know how that works. So I'm just creating openings for the HVAC system based on my project requirements. And as you can see here, we already have the 2D representation of the openings, and the same applies for the 3D view. As you can see, here are some openings represented as a solid. So we are not doing cutouts yet because we first of all want to receive the approval of the structural engineer and the architect. So since I already created the openings, I'm just want to get the approval. Kirill is working in the ConVoid Manager, so he's not working in Revit. In case some other project participants are working in Revit, of course, they can directly run the approval process using the ConVoid Manager here. But the main focus today is the ConVoid Manager standalone. As you can see, all the openings are listed in the ConVoid Manager for Revit. I will add some further informations to the title of each opening using our specific pattern. As you can see now, I have added the void ID, some system abbreviation, and some fire rating details into the title of the openings. And now I'm basically ready to export or share my results with Kirill. To do so, we have the export button here. the ConVoid Manager export button. So what it does is basically it's taking all the elements in your active view, also the included linked file, and will export the entire elements, the entire issues which are visible, or the openings which are visible in this view. So let's do that. I'm just gonna save that on my desktop. For this project, it's going quite fast, but let's assume we have a project with about 200,000 elements. It will take around 40 minutes. If you have a model with 20,000 elements, it would take just 3 minutes. So it's a quite fast exporter. Once it's exported, you receive a convoid file. It's a CC convoid file, which is quite small. Here it's just 3 megabytes. And once it's exported, you can simply start the ConVoid Manager by double-clicking the project. Okay, so as you can see, it actually just exported what I saw in Revit. So he will not include the second level or the roof. In case I want to export the entire project, I will do so. Just give me a second. I will just delete the old one because I want to provide my entire project to Kirill. So I will just disable the 3D section box. I'm just gonna save it really quick, and then I hit export again. I will name it version 1 in that case. And the next step is to share this file. I'm trying to share it directly on Teams. We'll see if it's possible. No, that's not possible. So Kirill, I will send you the file in a private chat.
You're welcome. Waiting for it. So, short introduction from my role today. I will be the structural engineer here. I have already a proven record as a structural engineer and worked on some pain points in that regard. And I'm going to show you a couple of very useful features based on a short demonstration on the file which Pelle provided me. Needs just a second to download it. Okay, and of course share my screen. Over here, so I already started ConVoid Manager, but so you don't really need to start it before opening the project. It runs like any other application with a double click on the file. So now, first things first, I'm gonna open the project. It is the project is placed right now in my downloads folder. As you see, it's a designated file type. It's called a CC file, so it could not be messed up with something else there. Gonna open it, and let's say the magic happens right now. So first things first, I need to select my discipline. So be aware, in different projects you could have different disciplines. Of course, in this case, I'm structural engineer, and I'm gonna select it right here. You are also able to change the UI language, so the user interface language, which don't affect your the language of the project. Is just for your comfortability, for your comfort. We support quite a lot of languages. You can switch also in the dark mode if you wish. I prefer the light mode, to be honest. So let's go for it. So you receive a short notification about how the viewer controls worked. Just take a look at it at at the very beginning. It's not really different than other viewers you were, I assume, very aware of. So I'm gonna click on Got It and focus on the project and the new features. So what I really appreciate here is that as a structural engineer, I don't receive like single files from my colleague from the MEP, but I receive the complete building, which means there won't be a mess up of like different states of the single models Pele used in this case. I received the complete package, which if you click here on the package button, our model manager, you can see those are the three models Pele already exported. For me, it's a highlight because I won't mess up with different states of the models. I won't add an additional model, send it to me by the architect or something like that. That's the complete design freeze need to be used for the approval. What I did here, I set the architectural model on on a semi-transparency mode. We call it ghost mode. Just to take a look what's inside, and also for you guys as an introduction, as you see, we have all of the HVACs, we have electrical, plumbing, and so forth and so on, and also the Convoid Manager is supporting the colors and the materials applied in Revit. So let's do the job. In this case, I'm gonna set the turn off the ghost mode, and I'm gonna focus on couple of openings over here. So after setting the section plane, which is I assume a known feature also from other applications, I can take a look on the openings, and the openings I need to approve, I need to check. Are marked with that exclamation sign over here. So that icon will change according to the approval status. That will be something you're gonna see afterwards. So, but let's start because Pele is waiting for the approval right now. I see there. or rejection. Okay, let's take a look there. So first how we can start there. So we start with measuring, of course. But before we measure, it could be interesting for us or for me as a structural engineer to have an advanced way of like filtering the issues. So because some of the issues could be not interesting for me at this stage of the project, like for example openings which are placed in non-bearing walls, so further and so on. So in this case, I'm gonna do following. I'm gonna cut off the issue markups. I'm gonna take a look on the opening. Oh, sorry, my mouse is a little bit creepy today for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, I have my opening over here. Oh, I selected. Sorry, it's just my mouse over here. So on the right side, you see our property panel. In the property panel, you can see all of the properties listed and attached to the opening. It's very similar to the properties which are exported in the IFC file. Actually, we export all of the IFC parameters in addition of Revit parameters. So basically, everything which is in the model is right now in front of my eyes. So what I would like to do here is to check the openings which are placed in in situ concrete in the in situ concrete walls. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'll check in which parameter that information is hosted. In this case, it's in construction. Construction material of host in situ concrete, in situ concrete. So what I can do here, if I'm gonna work a lot on that project, it will be also useful to add that specific property as a favorite, because the models usually have thousands and hundreds of properties. I would like to see just only those which are interesting for me in this case. And afterwards, if I need it, I can click here above on the just show favorites, and I'm gonna get a comprehensive list of all of the properties I got start. So basically set as favorite. So what I would like to do here is to change the title, because in that title, that information in situ concrete is not provided. I'm gonna do it that way. I'm gonna go to the settings menu, BCF, and in the BCF, as you can see, I have an option to set the title format. So what I really like here is that I have not just only so like a couple of options, or I need to know which property I would like to search for. I can actually use the so let's say raw material hashtag. So after a hashtag, I'm gonna receive a list of all of the so proposals for how those of all of the parameters which are provided in the model. And what I would like to add there is material material of host, which I already start. So, and now I have the material of the wall. So, okay, let me click on OK. And at first nothing happened. I need to select the issues which I would like to rename. And go on that small pencil here on the right side and say, okay, I would like to change the titles and the information about how those issues will be named will be provided over here. So you can be sure how the names are gonna look like. Simple as that. You can click over here on update title, and after a split second, those will be updated. So as I mentioned, as a structural engineer, I'm basically very interested into those openings which are placed in the in situ concrete walls. For that purpose, I'm gonna filter those out based on the title. In situ. Oh, sorry, today is a bait keyboard and then mouse day. So okay, I'm gonna select all those where the abbreviation in situ is provided, go on apply, and I have a comprehensive list of those which are especially in the in situ wall. So what I would like to do right now, I did the preparation. Of course, depends on your project and depends on the job you're onto. You can commit with your engineers how those need to be named, so that that step should not be performed every time you open a model or so. What I would like to do right now, I focused on my opening over here, which looks great at glance, but I assume it's very near to the wall on the right side, and that could cause trouble with the reinforcement of the wall. I'm gonna check the distance between the opening and the wall with our laser 3-axis laser tool, which is basically providing you the distances from the nearby elements. So basically, the blue one over here tells me that opening is 1 meter and 16 centimeters far from the ceiling, which is absolutely okay. But I'm not really happy with those 11.5 centimeters over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click here so that that measurement will be set, and I'm gonna send Pelle some recommendations. It's a part of the good communication, of course, to say to tell your colleagues what is bothering you. Let me switch the markers over here. Okay. Oh, that's my marker. So if you click on the marker, the corresponding issue will be selected. And as you see here, you have the quick option to say, okay, it's approved, or it is rejected, or we need to talk about that issue further. In this case, for me, it's clear that that should be rejected, but I assume it could not be really clear for Pelle as an AVP engineer. So that's why I'm gonna add a small screenshot there, and it takes a second. I'm gonna attach it to the issue and write to Pelle, please, minimum of 20 centimeters to the right. So I think Pelle, or I hope Pelle, that's enough information for you to get further. So just to show you how the other statuses are working, I'm gonna approve, for example, that one, which looks perfectly fine for me, and that one also, and that one too. So what I'm gonna do here is, after I finished with the approval procedure for today, I'm gonna save the project using this save as over here. Gonna select the save location, which will be my desktop. I assume the downloads folder. Today the downloads folder. Usually we use the desktop. I assume all of you guys are mostly using the desktop for that purpose. But today we're gonna use the downloads. After I downloaded it, I'm gonna send it to Pelle. I'm gonna send it to Pelle in the private chat, and I hope Pelle will gonna adjust the model according to my messages and the screenshot. So Pelle, I hope you got it.
Yeah, I received it. Perfect. I'm just downloading it.
It all sounds great. So now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and leave it to Pelle to show you how the magic is done in Revit.
Back to Revit. Now I'm still have the ConVoid Manager for Revit opened here in my Revit project. And the next step I want to do is to import the approvals of Kirill. So instead of importing a BCF file, which would also be possible, I'm using his version 2 file, double clicking it. And here, as you can see, I see the numbers of approval and rejections of the discipline structural. So simple as that, I'm selecting or clicking import. Successfully imported. Great. Now I want to review the approvals. I will switch to 2D view. I will add a color filter to give me the highlighted status colors of the structural engineer. So currently I am the discipline coordination. I will switch to the view of the structural engineer. And I can already see here, okay, these ones are approved and this one is rejected. So by selecting this opening, I can already see all the comments of Kirill. He is the support at conquest.tech user. I can also review the snapshot if I want to. And once I know what I have to do, in that case, I'm just going to move the dock a little bit to the left. Wait a second. Did I copy it? I guess I'm just moving it like that. Great. So based on the changes, I need to update my opening. I will rerun Convoid. Great. And as you can see, the opening got changed. The status got also changed because now, since it was first rejected, it's now pending. So the structural engineer knows that he has to review the opening again, that a change happened. Once I'm done with all my changes, I can provide all the results back to Kirill, also using the exporter. So in that case, I'm just gonna name it version 3.
And of course, drop it on the desktop, as usual.
Yeah, I'm using the desktop, yeah. Good. I'm stopping to share my screen. I will provide you the file again, Kirill.
So I'm gonna download the file over here, and what I'm gonna do is I won't open the project which Pelle sent me, but I'm gonna edit instead. So after editing, so basically what's the difference between open and add? The markups and everything which changes, etc. From Pelle will be merged with those which I have in the project already open. So that is the version 3. I click on open and leave my computer do the thing. So what we have here. Okay, first I receive a notification that something changed inside, which is not really surprising me. That's what I asked Pelle for. And what I need to do is because the changes there are interesting for me is just to go on yes, label the issues, which means that the specific issues attached to the openings changed. We're gonna receive an additional label which is called removed or changed, depending on what happened. So it's not really a big surprise for me. I saw what Pelle did. Let me click over here on yes, and BCF import approval, conflicts detected. I assume because Pelle had also the okay, listen about structure. Okay, let me leave it that way. Okay, and what happened here? So as you see, I'm gonna stretch my my markup table over here. You see, elements which are changed, which is just one over here, got a label changed. What is very interesting here, and that one I got from my career as a structural engineer, that sometimes you approve, as a structural engineer, you approve an opening, worked quite perfect, and in the next state of the model which you receive, that opening is changed. So if the opening is changed, you of course need to check the approval again, and that feature gives you the opportunity to filter just at first just the issues which are changed. Let me do that. That's that one over here. I can take a look on the status of the issue, which is status pending. It's perfect because I rejected already. And what I need to do there is, let me put that on the second screen. What I need there is to check if the opening is placed based on my recommendation. So you can imagine if there are elements which are let me kill that filter for a second. If there are changes performed to openings which are already approved, that status change will be also attached over here, and you can decide for yourself where to start. In this case, Pele didn't change anything which I already approved, so I'm gonna skip that step and just focus on that issue over here. Of course, you have an option to double click on it. So if you double click on it, a section box will be automatically created. Takes just a second, and gonna see what happened over here. So my issue with the status. My issue with the status pending is over there. I can oh, it's a different one which changed the status over here, but I think it was that.
You are just looking from the other side of the wall.
Oh, cool. Gee, Pele, thanks a lot. So it's yeah. Sorry for that. I was so focused on the changes right now. I forgot that I'm looking from the back. So that's not a big deal, to be honest. I can add a section plane over here and do the section from the opposite side. Oh, I'm very happy that I don't work as a structural engineer anymore, to be honest. So, like, first of all, I'm gonna clear the measurements which I placed already, and I'm gonna measure the distance this time with a point-to-point measurement. Which will gonna work fine for me for that purpose. Those are 32 centimeters as displayed, but just to be sure, I'm gonna check with the laser. Because the point-to-point measurement have that like issue as usual, that you need to be very careful which points you are selecting. In this case, is the very same 32.36 centimeters, which is more than the 20 centimeters I asked Pele for, and I can accept it. So what is in addition to that? As you see, we have the status accepted over here, but if you take a look over here, there is additional icon which appeared, which is called show changelog. So in the case if for example my MEP engineer, in case Pelle changed something which is already approved by me, I can use that show change log item which shows me the previous state which I already approved, and also which model is that issue coming from, and the timestamp. So still, as soon as I'm happy with the job did by Pelle, I can save it. I can save it right away. Approval is there. All of my issues are approved, and I can go further. I can go further with an approval with all of those which I didn't approve in the previous step. So I assume Pelle did a great job there as a structural engineer, so I can save it. If you wish, I can send you the file again.
Oh, that's fine. I think
That's fine. Okay.
we showed the workflow. So that's basically done until everything is approved. So once each opening is approved in specific levels, the process is done. It can be done simultaneously by multiple users. So in case you have the or multiple structural engineers reviewing the openings, each one can receive a file and everything can be merged back to Revit or merged back to a centralized ConVoid Manager file. Great. So the ConVoid Manager is free, 14 days free, 14 days free for trial. The same applies for the ConVoid Manager, ConVoid for Revit plugin. Basically, it's an ecosystem. So once you buy a license, or the floating license, you have access to the Revit plugin plus the ConVoid Manager. Yeah? So basically, you have access to the full ecosystem of ConVoid. User guide and tutorials will you find on our support.conclass.tech website. We have a quick user guide for the ConVoid Manager and a quite detailed user guide for the Revit plugin. But are there any questions you have? If so, please use the chat or the Q&A. Okay, the first topic is jury. When will the AI be available that checks the openings for me? Indeed, we are actually focusing on that development, which will allow you to define your project requirements in ConVoid, and based on your requirements, ConVoid will then check your openings and give you hints or notification if something is not as required. So it's not a feature we can already introduce. It's on our roadmap, but you have to be patient about that. The next question is, what if I receive a CC file from different planners? Can I edit the file in the manager within a single project? And if so, can I merge openings that are next to each other? So if you receive different CC files from different planners, what you can do, you can have a single central file, which you host basically, and then you can add all CC file at once. And what ConVoid then does is basically merge everything in one step. So all the comments, all the approvals, all the changes will be merged into one single file. So everything is then stored in your central host file. And if it's possible to merge openings in the ConVoid Manager, if you mean the ConVoid Manager standalone app, no, that's not possible yet. We are thinking about implementing a feature that allows you to change also the openings directly on the Convoid Manager, but that's not the step we have implemented yet. Another question is, can you ask to select all openings which are less than 150 millimeters, for example, away from a column beam to then able to move openings away? Well, that's basically like a rule set that have to be implemented, and that's the first answer I gave to you, jury. Rule sets like that are not implemented yet. We are working on that. The main challenge is basically to know which or what column is or what a column is, because often it's a generic model or not classified correctly. So that's a challenge we are having. But in future, it would of course be possible. Let me see if there are some other questions in the chat. Not yet. Oh. Is it possible to check a distance between two or more openings with convoid? Yeah, that's possible. Just let me open the example really quick. And I will switch my screen. Good. Okay, so basically what you could do is use the 3D laser measurement. You can place these measurements right away in your model, so they will stay there. You can also check the distance in the opening itself to ensure the MEP services have enough clearance, or if you want to check the clearance to the host element, that's also possible. And we have also like a more advanced search engine now. So in case you want to search elements based on specific field properties, for instance, the fire rating. Let me use this as an example. Let me find fire rating. I can hit the filter button. And once I did that, I get all elements that have the fire rating 90. I could also use different operators, fire rating smaller than 90 minutes. There's nothing, oh wait, I have to do it here. So these ones have probably a 60 minutes fire protection. And that can be done for all kinds of properties or values. Good. Let me check if there are some more questions. No. Kirill, do you have something to add?
No, I'm quite fine here.
Perfect. Good.
Oh, just something that I forgot to mention. Sorry, Pele. Of course, you can add different models to the Convoid project. So, like for example, if If some consultants or engineers are working based on IFC files, that's not an issue at all. Just need to follow the general rules of BIM coordination. Those need to share the same insertion point and the same units, and everything will be fine.
And the Convoid Manager standard load can also be used for different issue management. For instance, you can create issues based on different objects. So it's not just limited to openings. So as you can see, you can create issues for all kind of types and also multi-issues. So in case you want to create issues for all fire-rated walls, or no, let's use doors, for example. I'm just gonna filter all doors in my project, and I can simply select them one, create issues based on these doors, and then I can also receive approval in that case, yeah, because it's also a structural opening which needs approval from the structural engineer.
And of course, if you add an issue to element, despite which element, door or opening, whatever, if you receive the next version of the model, also despite if it's IFC or another Conclass project, that specific element will be change tracked. So basically, if Pele changed the size of a door as soon as I added an issue to the door, the additional label change will gonna appear, and you can use our change log to take a look on the previous position if you're interested into. So I think it's a very useful feature on that one, because it's not just offering bulk comparison, bulk state comparison, but it's focused just only on the elements which are interesting for you in this case.
And as we already said, we didn't represent the IOC workflow. Of course, you can also load IOC files in your Convoid Manager, fragment files, CC files, BCF files. So if you use the import function here, then you can basically merge everything into one single project file. Good. Then I will stop the recording. We will publish the recording next week, early next week. Thank you for your attention, and have a nice day. And yeah, thanks also to Kirill.
Thanks a lot, guys.